Good evening, friends. Dan Hayes here. It's Friday, May 8, 2020. It is the 75th anniversary of Victory in Europe Day, meaning that Nazi Germany was defeated on this date 75 years ago. Victory in Europe Day. It was a very, very big day in Europe. It was a big day in America, but we still had another front to finish off. We had to finish off the Pacific Theater for the entire World War II to be finished. I would like to sing 3 songs this evening as we're still pretty much sheltered in place. There's some restrictions lifted, but a lot of people are still pretty well confined to their homes, to their rooms. I'd like to sing some songs to just kind of touch on our patriotic feelings of appreciation tonight for our heroes, the Allied heroes that defeated Hitler and Nazi Germany. First off, America the Beautiful, please feel free to sing with me. I think verse 2 just captures so well our heroes in uniform. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife, who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life. America, America, may God thy gold refine, till all success be nobleness, and every gain divine. Our next song is a song that has a special meaning to me because my Uncle Chuck was a ball turret gunner on a B-17 bomber in the European theater of World War II. One time, 2 of their 4 engines of their B-17 had been shot out and they had to bail out that crew of 10 over Yugoslavia. It took him 16 days to get to the safety of Allied lines. A ball turret gunner sits in this bubble beneath the plane, and he's a sitting duck for the enemy fighter planes to come in and just strafe him. And I can't imagine how scary that was for Uncle Chuck. I learned after he passed this story. As he was in that bubble, protecting the freedoms of the free world, to maintain his sanity, he would sing this next hymn at the top of his lungs. I cannot imagine how fearful that occasion was, or how meaningful God was to him as he sang this old hymn, Praise to the Lord, the Almighty. Praise to the Lord, the Almighty, the King of creation. O my soul, praise him, for he is thy health and salvation. All ye who hear, now to his temple draw near. Praise him in glad adoration. Praise to the Lord, who doth prosper thy work and defend thee. Surely his goodness and mercy here daily attend thee. Ponder anew what the Almighty can do, if with his love he befriend thee. Praise to the Lord, who in tempests their warfare are raging, who in the elements madly around thee are raging, biddeth them cease, turneth their fury to peace. Whirlwinds and waters assuaging. Praise to the Lord, O let all that is in me adore him. All that hath life and breath, come now with praises before him. Let the Amen sound from his people again. Gladly for aye we adore him. What powerful words for anybody but someone under attack who knew his life could go in any second, to sing words like, praise to the Lord, who, when tempests their warfare are raging, who, when the elements madly around thee are raging, biddeth them cease, turneth their fury to peace. Whirlwinds and waters assuaging. Wow. No wonder God gave Uncle Chuck that song for those hours. Another World War II veteran that I got to meet one time told me that he was on a bomber plane as well, and I've done the research, and it was most likely a B-17 also. His job was to sit right behind the pilot and co-pilot. He would have been the flight engineer, and he also had the double duty of manning the top gun, the machine gun on top of the roof of the plane. So he had two jobs to do, and he told me that as he sat there behind the pilot and co-pilot, he would, in his mind, imagine a choir singing this next old hymn. Again, it had to be to keep him at peace when he knew he could die at any second as he defended the world's freedom. It's a song called Shall We Gather at the River. Shall we gather at the river, where bright angel feet have trod, with its crystal tide forever flowing by the throne of God? Yes, we'll gather at the river, the beautiful river. Gather with the saints at the river, that flows by the throne of God. Ere we reach the shining river, lay we every burden down. Grace our spirits will deliver, and provide a robe and a crown. Yes, we'll gather at the river, the beautiful river. Gather with the saints at the river that flows by the throne of God. Soon we'll reach the silver river, soon our pilgrimage will cease. Soon our happy hearts will quiver with the melody of peace. Yes, we'll gather at the river, the beautiful river. Gather with the saints at the river that flows by the throne of God. That flows by the throne of God. As though two heroes were suspended tens of thousands of feet above the earth, their life hanging by a thread, they sang those songs. Uncle Chuck verbally, the other gentleman heard a choir in his mind. And then we all know America the Beautiful. So on this very historic day, when Hitler and his evil forces were defeated, as we remember heroes of yesteryear, let's gather strength from their God as we face the war on this invisible virus that's devastating the world. Let's gain so much inspiration from their lives. They gave up so much. They did everything they could to fight evil. We must do everything we can. We must join together as one, under God, arm in arm, shoulder to shoulder, so to speak. Of course, social distancing, but you know what I mean. Heart to heart, prayer next to prayer, as we march forward into the unknown together, just like they did 75 years ago. Thank you for letting me join with you this evening for a few moments of remembrance of some wonderful heroes and their wonderful God. Have a good evening. Thanks again.